Hola, ¿qué tal amigos? Buenos días, buenas tardes y buenas noches. No importa la hora que sea, siempre es un gran momento para estudiar español con Profesor Pablo. Gracias por estar aquí. La lección del día son provocadores, past subjunctive, verb number 9. Our last lesson, we learned how to conjugate any and all verbs in the past subjunctive. Basically, you take the ellos form of the preterite, you change that O to an A, and that gives you the ellos, ellas form of the past subjunctive, and from there you build all 5 forms. For example, tuvieron, change the O to A, tuvieran, and then you've got tuviera, tuvieras, tuviera, tuviéramos, tuvieran. We learned also that there are 2 major uses of the past subjunctive. Just like the present subjunctive, we're going to take it into the past and use it as a 3-step process. We're going to tow a trailer, aren't we? We need a tow vehicle, we need a trailer hitch, the word K, and we need any verb in the past subjunctive. So we have examples of our provocadores. These here are called impersonal expressions. Notice there's no subject mentioned. I, you, he, she, it, we, or they. That's why they call it impersonal, because there's no person stated. Impersonal expressions can bring on the subjunctive, either in the present subjunctive or past subjunctive. We had these with the present subjunctive, and we had es, va, ser, and será. But now that we're in the past, we're going to have era or fue, and 9 times out of 10 or more, you're probably going to choose era in front and not fue. Fue is more of a one-time, quick, reactionary situation. Era is kind of an ongoing thing, that not only at the moment you make the statement, but you had that same thought existing prior to when you made the statement. That's why we use the imperfect, much more common, era over fue. Impersonal expressions, because no person is stated. Over here, these are verbs, expressions of emotion, and they also can be tow vehicles and bring on the subjunctive. We did it in the present subjunctive. We had me gusta, and we had me encanta, and me preocupa, me molesta, and me enoja in the present tense to bring on present subjunctive. But now we've got these in the preterite, in the imperfect. Me gustó, me gustaba. Me encantó, me encantaba. Me preocupó, me preocupaba. Me molestó, me molestaba. Me enojó, and me enojaba. This means I liked, ed. I loved, with an ed. It worried me, me preocupó, or me preocupara. It bothered me, either one. And me enojó, it made me mad. Now, I will tell you, it's much more common to go with the imperfect. Just like we went with era here over fue, we're going to go with the aba over the preterite. Me gustó, me gustaba. If you want to say like, I always like to use the verb llover. I love rain, and so let's take that verb, llover. I liked for it to rain, meaning like all the time, like when I was a kid. You know, I liked for it to rain. Me gustaba que lloviera. Okay, and that's why people that don't learn the subjunctive, they could never say that because they don't know the lloviera. Me gustaba que lloviera. They might say, me gustaba que llovía or llovió. That's totally grammatically incorrect. So you want to be correct. You want to get to the upper level, the highest level of sophistication in the Spanish language. You have to master the subjunctives. Now you could say, let's say somebody flippantly said something real quickly and you want to say, I didn't like that he said that. No me gustó que dijera eso. Remember, decir is a J verb. We had it on our lesson prior. Dijera, D-I-J-E-R-A. That's good for yo and it's good for el, ella. I didn't like that he said that, or I didn't like for him to say that. No me gustó que dijera eso. You can use the preterite, but the imperfect is more commonly used because not always are we dealing with something that's quick, a quick hitter, something reactionary. If it's reactionary and quick, then the preterite could be appropriate. Okay, come down here. These are the big boys. We use these a lot, especially quería, necesitaba, esperaba. The bottom 2, not as much, but we certainly use them. I wanted you to go to the party would be quería que fueras a la fiesta. I needed you to be here to help. Necesitaba que estuvieras aquí para ayudar. I was hoping that we would win. Esperaba que ganáramos. Remember the we form of the present subjunctive? You go back 3 vowels and you put an accent mark. Okay? And sentí or sentía means I felt bad or I was sorry. Let's say someone just fell in front of you and your reaction is, wow, sentí mucho que se cayera. I really felt bad that he fell. Just a quick, one time, a quick hitter. Sentí mucho que se cayera. Let's say it's an elderly person and he or she would tumble often, unfortunately, and you'd say, wow, I felt bad that he would fall down all the time. Sentía que se cayera todo el tiempo. Sentía mucho que se cayera. And tuve and tenía miedo de, we put the de in here and then we come with the que. I was afraid that, I was afraid that she didn't have enough money. Tenía miedo de que no tuviera bastante dinero. When I saw the man step on the banana peel, quick reactionary, I was afraid he was going to fall. Tuve miedo de que se cayera. You see what we're doing? We're talking about imperfect versus preterite. We did imperfect versus preterite. We introduced it, right? We did verb tense number 4, preterite. We did verb tense number 5, imperfect. But yet we still have a lot of review and inputting some more practice with the preterite versus imperfect. So everything that we do, now we're talking past subjunctive, but we come back to preterite versus imperfect, okay? Believe me, any gaps that are left behind, we're going to come back and fill them in. So rest assured that we're going to cover all the problems that you think you may have, they will be covered. Okay, so let's take a look at our impersonal expressions. It was necessary, it was possible, it was impossible. It was impossible for me to do it. Like day in and day out, the thought of doing it, it was impossible. Era imposible que yo lo hiciera. If someone came up to you and said, I need you to crack this safe, right? And they take you to the safe and you couldn't do it, reactionary, a quick hitter, you say, fue imposible que yo lo hiciera. So fue would make sense in a quick hitter, a reactionary situation. But anything with forethought over time in the past, you're going to go with era. It was a shame. It was a shame. It was a shame that the dog couldn't walk. Era lástima que el perro no pudiera caminar. It was incredible. It was incredible that she was able to do it. Let's say that they gave her a certain amount of weight to lift in a weightlifting competition. And boom, she just did it. Reactionary, you say, wow, it was incredible that she was able to do it. Fue increíble que. Now to be able is the verb poder. Poder is one of those irregulars in the preterite. Pudieron, change the O to A, get rid of the N. You got pudiera. So, fue increíble que pudiera hacerlo. Isn't that beautiful? Mejor, better. It was better for us not to say anything. Era mejor que no dijéramos nada. An ongoing situation, right? And every time you saw those people and the topic kind of came up, era mejor que no dijéramos nada. It was better we didn't say anything. If it's a one-time thing, a quick hitter, reactionary, fue mejor que no dijeras nada. But honestly, in that case, I would still say era mejor que no dijeras nada because the reasoning for not saying anything pre-existed you saying it. So a lot of these things, you're going to get a feel for them, the era and the fue. And as you get more talented and more skilled and more experienced, then naturally you're going to throw out the era or you're going to throw out the fue and be pretty accurate with it. Probable, likely. Probable means probable, but likely. Okay, likely. En peligroso, dangerous. Like you want to say like this particular person drove like a madman. You want to say, wow, it was crazy. It was dangerous for him to drive like that. Era, not a one-time thing, all the time. Era. Era peligroso que él. Now manejar is a regular AR verb, so era peligroso que manejara así como loco. If you go with conducir, it's a J verb in the preterite, right? Like dijera, this is condujera. Era peligroso que condujera así como un loco. Bueno, it was good that they helped us, like all the time. Era bueno que nos ayudaran. Malo. It was bad that he took drugs. all the time, unfortunately. Sad story. Era malo que tomara drogas. Era malo que tomara drogas. Una locura. It was crazy for them not to let us in. Let's say it's a one-time thing, a quick hitter. You'd say, fue una locura que no nos dejaran entrar. It was madness that they did not allow us to go in. Fue una locura que no nos dejaran entrar. If it happened all the time, you would say, era una locura que no nos dejaran entrar. That past subjunctive, I'm telling you, it's like, it's the Mona Lisa. Extraño. It was strange for him to say that. He said at one time, a quick hitter, fue muy extraño que él dijera eso. But let's say he would say that all the time, you guys were together. Era extraño que dijera eso. Ilegal. It was illegal for them to do that. Like all the time. Era ilegal que hicieran eso. Estúpido. It was stupid for her to say that. One time, reactionary, quick hitter, fue muy estúpido que dijera eso. Ridículo. It was ridiculous that we had to pay so much money. One time, quick hitter, reactionary, fue ridículo que tuviéramos que pagar tanto. It was ridiculous we had to pay so much, like all the time in college for maybe your dormitory meal. It was ridiculous that we had to pay so much. Era, all the time. Era ridículo que tuviéramos, accent, que pagar tanto. Injusto, not fair, unjust. It wasn't fair for us to not go. Era injusto que no fuéramos. It was unjust that we couldn't go. Era injusto que no pudiéramos ir. Let's say it's a reactionary, a quick hitter, a one-time thing. It was unfair we couldn't get in. Fue injusto que no pudiéramos entrar. Pudiéramos. Get a grip on the past subjunctive and the present subjunctive, and you're going to be at the very top of the mountain. And importante, this one's huge. It was important for me to go to school. Era importante que fuera a la clase. It was important for me to be on time, like all the time, right? Era importante que llegara tiempo. You don't want to be flaky. In life, you don't want to be flaky and be late all the time, right? That's just not good, okay? If you're the owner of a company maybe or something, I don't know. But if you're an employee, your employer is not going to look well upon that. So you'd say, it was always important for me to be on time. Siempre era importante que yo llegara a tiempo. Or, it was always important for me to arrive a little bit early. Siempre era importante que yo llegara un poco temprano. Okay? This is a Mona Lisa, ladies and gentlemen. We've got our big board. We've got our clusters. You know I'm a big fan of the clusters. Again, imagine if I were in a regular classroom and we had 35 students in there and everything was with black ink. There were no boxes, no change of colors. You just get lost. Go small and then go big. Learn your clusters, master your clusters, and then go big. And then now you've got it all together. And like I said before, okay, take the top 10 that you like. If I were to identify, here I would take right here. Me gustó, me gustaba, me enojó, me enojaba. I like these, okay? This would be good. Me preocupaba. It used to worry me that she did not take her medicine. Me preocupaba que no tomara sus medicinas, right? Me enojaba que no quisiera ayudarnos. It used to bother me. It used to make me upset that he or she didn't want to help us. Me gustó. I really like that you brought some food to us. Me gustó mucho que nos trajeras comida. I like me gustó, me gustaba. I like me gustaba. Let's go back into the imperfect. Remembering, reminiscing. I used to like that we'd play baseball in the street. This is my life. Me gustaba que jugáramos baseball en la calle. I used to like that we would go to the pool at the church in the summer. Me gustaba mucho que fuéramos a la piscina de la iglesia durante el verano. Uh-huh. I loved for my dad to bring home ice cream from the store. Me encantaba que mi papá trajera helado de la tienda cuando llegaba a la casa. I loved for my mom to read to me. Me encantaba que mi mamá me leyera. Pick out the ones you like. Quería, necesitaba, and esperaba. Those are big boys. You got to learn all three of those. And of course, these could be the we form, the you form, the he, she, it form. Doesn't make any difference. And of course, these are the yo form, but they're also the el, ella form. The ustedes form, the ellos, ellas form would just be an N. The tu form would be an S. And the we form would be an MOS. And you'd have to go back 3 and put an accent mark. For example, we were hoping, here we go. We were hoping that there would be more snow. Esperábamos que hubiera, H-U-B-I-E-R-A. Esperábamos que hubiera más nieve. I recommend these 3 for sure. I like me gustaba a lot. Me enojaba, me molestaba. Me molestaba. Really, we don't get mad. I mean, too often in life, thankfully, I don't think we really get that emotion of anger burning inside of us. But stuff like this, right? Having a neighbor whose dog barks all hours of the night and you can't sleep drives you nuts. So I would say it used to really bother me that dog barked all night long. Me molestaba que el perro ladrara durante toda la noche. Me molestaba. Okay? Maybe something bugged you at a store, something that happened. You could go, it's a quick hitter, right? A reactionary. Me molestó que eso pasara. It bothered me that happened. Okay? So pick out the ones you like. Pick and choose. It's just like a menu. It's like a restaurant. You don't have to eat everything on the menu. Pick out the ones that you like. So I would recommend, for me, I like me gustaba, me molestaba. I definitely like quería, necesitaba, esperaba. Sentía is okay. Over here, era, necesario, huge. Imposible, huge. Lástima, huge. Increíble, mejor. Very big. Importante is massive. Big, 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 big. Over here, the rest of these, bueno. I like bueno. So again, treat it like a menu at a restaurant. Pick out the ones that you like and work with those, and then little by little add others to your arsenal. Okay? All right, past subjunctive verb number 9. Our verb numbers, ladies and gentlemen, I think now you're seeing the method or the methodology that I like to employ. I'd like to give you the tools so you can build and create language on your own. Now that we've been through all 10 numbers, there is nothing that can come out of the mouth of any Spanish-speaking person anywhere in the world that every verb that they say, it's either going to be an infinitive, it's going to be an ing, ando, yendo, number 1. It's going to be a 2, a past participle, an ado, ido. It's going to be a 3, a present, 4, a preterite, 5, imperfect, 6, a future, 7, conditional, 8, present subjunctive, and 9, past subjunctive. Everything that comes out of anyone's mouth will be one of those 10 verb numbers. Again, our piano that I like to liken Spanish verbs to, it only has 10 keys. 10 keys, come on, that's easy. There's a key for every digit we have, every finger, thumbs and fingers, right? There's 10. Look at your fingers, see if you can do it. Infinitive, ing, ed, present, preterite, imperfect, future, conditional, present subjunctive, and past subjunctive, right there, the big 10. That's it. Okay, now what else was I going to say about the subjunctive, present, and past? Yes, we have a lesson coming up next. It's going to be they call them adverbial conjunctions. That's not really important, but that's grammatically what they're called. The things like a menos que, unless, antes de que, para que, sin que, right? There are some expressions after which you must always use the subjunctive. And we're going to learn just a little preview. Antes de que. Do we say that a lot? For example, we might say, we're going to play, we're going to finish the homework before we go out to play. Vamos a terminar la tarea great link. Antes de que salgamos a jugar. You can throw antes de que in anywhere. And if you want to impress somebody with your Spanish, drop an antes de que. Drop a para que. Drop a sin que. Drop an a menos que. I'm telling you, a con tal de que provided. For example, we're going to play the game at 4 o'clock, provided it is not raining. Vamos a jugar el partido a las 4 con tal de que no esté lloviendo. Now, esté lloviendo, what is that? Esté is the present subjunctive, and lloviendo is an ing. I'm telling you, that's all there is to the Spanish language. Yes, sometimes we'll take our verb tenses 3 through 9, right? We're going to start our verb structure off with one of those tenses, and then we might throw on an ing. We might throw on an hado ido, or we might throw them both on. For example, it has been raining. H-A, estado lloviendo, right? Is a 3, estado is a 2, and lloviendo is a 1. 3, 2, 1. It has been raining. It seems like long, but all it is just 10 piano keys, I'm telling you. Estado lloviendo, 3 present tense, 2 the past participle, 1 the present participle. That's it. Hey, let's take a subjunctive and go 3 at the end. Okay, I was hoping that it had been snowing more. I was hoping esperaba, and of course que. Esperaba que. Now, haber is the auxiliary verb to have done something. So haber, remember, haber in the past subjunctive is hubiera. H-U-B-I-E-R-A. Esperaba que hubiera been, the verb estar, estado, snowing more, nevando más. Listen to that. Esperaba que hubiera estado nevando más. Esperaba que hubiera estado nevando más. I was hoping it had been raining less. Esperaba que hubiera estado lloviendo menos. You see, you see, you see, you see. Throw around your ing like you own it. Throw around that past participle like you own it. The infinitive as well, because you do. Easy, piece of cake. Espero present tense 3. Poder 0. Ir 0. That's a 3-0-0. Okay, how about this? I was hoping that I could go. Esperaba que, we're going to go pudiera, and now your infinitive, ir. That's it. Okay, so much. Hopefully you're enthused. Thank you for tuning in. Please like and subscribe if you find this helpful, because it's going to get it out with the algorithm out to more people, and that's greatly appreciated. And I always ask for you to please consider purchasing profesorpablo.com. Look at my ebook, over 500 pages, full of thousands of infinitives in alphabetical order in the Verb Dictionary, thousands of useful daily expressions, a section on survival Spanish, a section on vocabulary, a section on themes and topics, a section on sentence starters, which is basic Spanish to advanced Spanish, a sentence with the most awesome grammar charts, and then it ends up with many, many pages of the accent mark system. If you have to write Spanish and you can't put the accent marks right in, if I were hiring someone, there's 2 options. I would either say, next, get me somebody that can do accent marks. I wouldn't hire you. Or I would send you to Pablo's class. I get Pablo's ebook. I say, go to section 9, the last section, and go through that. There's hundreds of examples, and guess what? The answers are there for you as well to check. So lots of reasons to go check it out. But listen, I am so grateful for you guys showing your desire to learn Spanish, and hopefully I can match that with some really good lessons that have practical application. All right, that's it. Hasta luego. See you next lesson. Have a great day.